I think in some of the processes that we have, I felt I have much to contribute. Although parati ko naman sinasabi that it's all about creating this ecosystem of policies, of processes, of systems and resources that will make implementation and success happen. So part of it is coming up with the right policies to enable everyone to do what they need to do, and then second is to be guided by processes in alignment with those policies. And then pangatlo is that they should have the right kinds of resources, adequate resources to go by. Kung kailangan nila magbiyahe, kung kailangan nila mag-develop ng mga computer-based systems, online systems to do their work, gagawin natin yon. And then of course, digitalization has been a big part of what we did for Pictured in the past few years. Siguro naman nabawasan na natin yung mga papel na kailangan i-print. Of course, there's still a lot to be made, pero I think in those areas, digitalization of the implementation of those processes enabled by the right kinds of policies, and of course batting for resources, enough resources. I'm talking here about budget, no? I'm talking here about money that we could spend so that we could hire people, so that we could deploy systems, and having to of course share them to with our stakeholders and clients. Well, if you've seen, say for example, mga startups natin, no, they're a source of pride and joy for me. Seeing them fly high, no, in terms of commercial success or being recognized. That's also true, of course, for the many R&D based projects that have come into fruition in terms of technology transfer and commercialization. Kung na-adapt ba ito ng isang government agency or kung mabibili na ba ito sa iyong suking tindahan, that's a kind of fulfillment. That's the kind of high that I see and I continue to that I saw during that tenure. Siguro napalakas naman natin yung way to do it systematically in a more deliberate way, in a clear way that enables understanding with our clients kung ano ba talaga dapat ang kanilang gagawin when they wanted to transition all of the wonderful products of their research into something that will make impact to people. Well, what it taught me is that we can never assume the responsibility alone, and these responsibilities and the kinds of decisions that we make should not be done arbitrarily. Kaya ako nabanggit kanina about creating the right policy environment, kasi kapag malinaw yung polisiya sa mga pamamahala natin, tama yung mga gagawing actions so that we don't have to decide one way or the other eventually, because guided naman tayo ng the right kinds of policy. So in terms of, say for example, approving projects, yun talaga yung approving proposals to be implemented as projects. Those are very crucial decision points, no? So that's why we also came up with project management information systems and the flow, no, from which actually encompasses yung flow from proposal evaluation all the way down to technology transfer, commercialization, and then of course evaluation. So it is actually to say that yun yung talagang intention. It's to keep that burden of making all the decisions to yourself that really matters, and conversely, it's to also empower the people of Pictured. Well, yun nga, no? Nung una, I felt that responsibility, the weight on my shoulder to decide on many things, and many times. And often, I always ask myself, hindi lang yung tama ba yung ginagawa ko, but tama ba siya all the time? And the way to maybe address that issue is to, if I say, one, I do not just assign that responsibility to myself. I have a team. We have the entire organization. Pangalawa is that we're guided by the right kinds of policies. And then we have a process to lead to those kinds of recommendations or decisions. So in a way, that has somehow unburdened me in that approach, no, by assigning, or paano ba, hindi lang delegation of responsibility, it's more like empowering your people to do what needs to be done because they know that they're doing the right thing, no. So wala na sa akin yon. So it became my responsibility therefore to not just do the day-to-day decision making, but to make sure we are the members of the organization, members of PSHERD, now have a stake in those decision making themselves. Well, parati kong sinasabi when I came into PSHERD, my perspective then was really coming from the other side of the table. I was on the client side, and I'm trying to come in and say, when you're on the service side, then you will have to champion the cause and the value of service to the client side. That means kung ano yung mga struggle, kung ano yung mga paghihirap ng ating mga researchers, kung saan sila medyo nahihirapan, natatagalan, yun ang i-unburden natin sa kanila. Hindi ko na sinasabing bawasan, pero siguro padaliin lang natin kung paano sila mag-report, paano sila mag-undertake ng process, linawin kung ano talaga yung requirements, gaano katagal gagawin, at kung ano yung mga ano yung prosesong pagdadaanan, no, para malinaw sa lahat. So that's what I brought in. Obviously when I came in, before I came in, I was doing a lot of research, big projects at that, and that was actually one of our quandaries, ano. Kailan ba lalabas yung decision, kailan ba magagawa tong mga to, no? Of course, meron mga na-facilitate thanks to, of course, the support of the leadership. Pero I had wished na uniform yung level of treatment siguro. Hindi ka kailangang primadonna para, or hindi ka kailangang big project in order to get that kind of response or that kind of service from PSHERD. So that's what we endeavored to do during my tenure. It's like trying to provide the best, not really the best service, more like a fair, clear, and responsive service that is reasonable also on the side of PSHERD, no? Para hindi rin tayo nahihirapan or mahihirapan na i-provide yung service na yun sa client natin, which are primarily yung ating mga researchers, innovators, startups. Well, I always say, well, when you're on the side of PSHERD, parang hirap magbuhat ng bangko eh. Pero ngayong I'm out, when I talk to parties nowadays, actually even before, ito rin yung narinig ko, that PSHERD is actually a professional organization, no? That it deals with its clients in the most professional way, using clear ethical guides, using or employing the right kinds of policies, and of course pursuing or implementing using the right tools and processes. And as such, makakaasa sila that the way we deal with our clients are as fair and reasonable as possible, and comes with that is the leveling of the expectations. Hindi ko sinasabing mas talagang bumilis tayo sa mga proseso natin, pero dahil nagkakaintindihan kung paano natin to ginagawa sabay-sabay or sama-sama, hindi nagkakaroon ngayon ng misunderstanding, but rather there's a clear understanding what needs to be done moving forward, in what time period, and what the reasonable expectations are on both sides of the relationship between the researcher and the research council. Okay. Isa sa mga core values ng PSHERD yung excellence eh. Siguro hindi lang within the organization on how we do things, we like to do things right and at the most the highest standards of excellence possible. But it is also the expectation from our clients, the researchers. Mga researchers to, mga scientists to, mga engineers to, mga innovators to, mga academics to, nagtuturo ng mga bata. So, sabihin na natin, mas mataas yung level of expectation. Therefore, the kinds of proposals that we receive and evaluate and eventually approve should keep up with the highest level of standards in order to accomplish yung ating mga expected output. So ibig sabihin kung mayroong mga proposals na alanganin na mahirap isuportahan or mahirap i-yes dahil may kakulangan, baka hindi natin makikitang mapondohan or masuportahan in its implementation kasi naniniwala rin tayo na siguro pagdating din ng implementation magkakaproblema rin tayo eh. So yun yung mga hardest knows natin. It's not so hard actually if you're guided by some provisions. Kaya rin dun sa proposal evaluation system, we established a fair scoring system in the many programs that we have. Nagsimula tayo dun sa mga R&D proposals and then eventually each of the support programs that we provide within the PSHERD, iba-iba kasi yan, has its own set of proposal evaluation guides and standards. Siguro one of the things I learned more, being with PSHERD was our ability to listen. Kasi kapag expert ka, may ginagawa ka, and you know that, like you're on the top of the heap for that specific field. Parang it's more of you expressing yourself, diba, and your ideas and your outputs eh. Pero pag nasa PSHERD ka, hindi mo pwedeng, we cannot pretend to be experts in so many fields all at the same time. So what we do is we learn to listen. We listen to different stakeholders, expressing their need, the urgency of what they wanted to be done, finding solutions to problems. And of course, listening also to our client because it's also important to know also how they will approach these kinds of challenges or responding to these opportunities. So, kailangan nakikinig tayo and that's one of the things that maybe not really as intense. Kasi napakarami din ng sector na pinapakinggan natin pero as much as we can, we try to understand what their needs and requirements are and of course what the opportunities and possible solutions are. Isa siguro sa mga highlight ng PSHERD, well, I would say is yung ability to adapt. Is one very good trait na ewan ko siguro naman meron akong inabutan na hints ng or characteristics of being an adaptive organization. Pero siguro na demonstrate pa natin yun nung panahon na talagang sinusubok yung ating kakayahan, 'di ba? Kagaya ng panahon ng COVID, kagaya ng panahon ng online, kagaya ng pag-iiba din ng approach natin towards yung pag-implement ng mga iba-iba nating programa, So yun yung mga adaptability and versatility is one of the things that we wanted to see, Kasi we have to recognize that our sector is also an evolving sector. Masyado siyang dynamic, maraming nangyayari sa scientific field, technological advances. So nakita rin natin yung opportunity na baka naman pwede rin tayong gumamit ng technology in order to adapt to the need or to the demand. So it's also a form of, say, adjustment or adaptation, not only for me as a leader but also among our workers kasi sila rin, no? They have to learn new ways of doing things and they have to learn fast. So, nag-institute tayo ng mga mechanisms to do that. Like say, for example, kailangan agad-agad na nagkakaroon ng training, nagkakaroon ng dissemination, nagkakaroon ng mga workshops para ma-translate or ma-transfer natin kaagad sa mga working personnel para on the day after we have made all of these policies or created all of these systems, agad-agad naintindihan ng ating mga personnel how to best adapt them. So yun yung isang nakita natin na blessing natin, no, that ability to adapt and evolve. Well, it's not siguro parang yan, hindi naman kailangan parating yung tangible na outputs ang tingnan, no? Of course, we built the PMIS, we built all of the systems, we issued a lot of policies, pero they could still change through time, in order to respond to the needs of the future. Kasi kung ano yung mga sinet natin na policies ngayon, this is because that was the need at this time, Pero makikita natin na in the future, we may need to evolve. So what am I saying? What I'm saying is that yung mas maganda yung values, meron tayong core value about innovativeness. So in that, nakapaloob doon yung ability natin to adapt, yung ability natin to evolve, yung ability natin to adjust, which becomes part of our culture, na ingrained na sa culture natin na okay lang magbago, inaasahan naman natin yon. Pero meron tayong paraan kung paano tayo mag-respond dito sa mga pagbabagong to. At yun ang gusto nating makita rin in the future, that it's not about whether it's sustained, not just sustained, but it could go to even to the higher level, even better, even stronger, maybe even more, even faster, no? Pero ang maganda doon, we understand how we work towards achieving those goals, no? And institutionalized or ingrained yung culture ng innovation and adaptiveness. Siguro it's one of the things I would tell my old self, no, was don't underestimate what Pictured can do, no. So that means give them always the benefit of the doubt. Find ways to empower them. Ginawa naman natin yun, kaya lang parang iba na yung alam mo na sa umpisa kasi what's out there. So I think kasama yun dun sa learning din natin that some are actually more adaptive than others. Siguro yun yung, and I'm talking here about syempre, when you're in an organization, you always think that they have this rate. You begin with that assumption that they have this rate of how they will adapt or evolve or respond. Pero napansin ko sa Pictured, it's a way of life, no? Kaya nga culture siya, no? Na hindi tayo stranger sa mga changes, sa mga innovations, sa mga new ways of doing things. And I should have have that, no, as the prime consideration when I have started. Kasi siguro at that time parang I was still also learning what it was and how it works, and evolve from there. Siguro it's also part of the process for me to kind of gravitate towards that stance, no, na si Pictured pala marunong mag-adapt, si Pictured pala nakikinig pala yan, si Pictured pala willing to change and willing to learn and willing to take it to another level, no. So along the way you learn it, kasi tingin ko naman hindi naman kailangan siguro alam mo na lahat from day one. It's more like you also need to appreciate that it's part of the process so that you can evolve that process. Siguro, I would say, there are two things that I can think of. One is the organization itself. Of course, I come from UP, no? And this is a different organization altogether. It's an academic institution. Well, it does research, but it does teaching and all the other stuff na service to community. And the part of government, syempre, I've known a lot of government agencies even while I was in UP, and I did not see the qualities that I found in PSHERD as, sabihin na natin, as redeeming for a government agency, no? So, kasi ang parang stereotypical na consideration ay mabagal yan, bureaucratic yan, corrupt yan, no? Pero sa PSHERD, parang wala tayong ganung klaseng mga baggages or hang-ups eh. We serve with the best, with the best intention, with the highest level of integrity. And for that, I think that will be some of the siguro most treasured qualities. No? Nabanggit ko na kanina about core values, and integrity is actually one of them na tingin ko it should be a source also of pride and honor among those that are in PSHERD right now and those that have come through the way of PSHERD. Well, hindi naman parati, but siguro as I was reflecting on who could be the next or what could be the next executive director, parati ko namang, ang nasa isip ko na parati ay, don't expect that somebody to be as the same mold as me. Kasi parang tingin ko naman ay, maybe he has a way of doing things, he has a way of perhaps new ideas, new approaches. So, hindi ko man masasabi na dapat he should be cut in the same mold as me, no? Pero siguro ang expectation, parang request ko lang or ang wish ko for the next leadership is for them to be as receptive, as listening as possible. Kasi whether you have your ideas of your own or ways of doing it on your own, it's still siguro a requirement or an expectation that we engage our constituents, no, on the next way forward. We cannot skip that. We cannot just say, I have this idea, I want to impose it, I want to implement it for me. But rather, it should be a process of engaging your office, the members of that office, and a dialogue, no? Kasi parang dapat hindi rin ikaw lang ang seat ng lahat ng ideya eh. Kasi baka meron din magandang ideya dyan na pwede rin nating i-adapt or isama dun sa parang naiisip natin, and that will make a lot of things a lot better actually, because we are able to better understand ano rin ang sensitivities, ano rin ang constraints, ano rin ang mga concerns ng organization when we want to implement the kinds of programs, the kinds of innovations, the kinds of initiatives that we wanted to have. So, importante yung makinig. Siguro yun yung pinaka single biggest quality na kailangan mapossess ng susunod na leadership. Well, isa sa mga siguro naman na napakita natin that because we are a listening organization, because of the various mechanisms that we do it, of course we conduct a lot of these focus group discussions, dialogue, stakeholder engagement, meetings, no? Not only now with the researchers but also the industries. At nag-improve yung ating relationship na marami ng collaboration, marami ng mga technology transfer programs, no? Better understanding of the roles of the researchers, their counterpart industries or enterprises, siguro in the next 10 years, para nakikita ko dyan na mas tataas yung level of engagement ng private sector with what we do in PSERD, to the extent that the private sector will actually also entrust PSERD enough with its resources so that we could manage also programs, projects, initiatives on behalf of the private industry. Dito sa Pilipinas kasi parang most of the time yung burden ng tech development, research, malaki pa rin ang role ng government and particularly us at the UST, us in PSERD, no? Pero in the future, tingin ko, yun nga, mas malaki yung magiging level ng hindi lang engagement but also the trust that the private industry so much that they will allow us to actually partner with them to achieve some of these goals in tech advances, in making sure that the industry will thrive and succeed economically, and for communities to succeed socially. May mga pwedeng indicators dyan. Say for example, we can go by the numbers, no? The number of industries that we engage, the number of communities that we try to have partnerships with. But sometimes it's not just the absolute numbers, it's also on key areas. For example, I'm always on the lookout for new partners. Sabi ko nga, parang if you were doing this for the longest time with the same set of people, maybe we're not achieving anything new or different or breaking barriers. But if we are actively pursuing new partners, no, in key fields that are somewhat stranger to us, somewhat new to us, I think that's when we can really create some kind of not just new partnerships, no, but also bring it to the next level, because by that time we will be comfortable talking with anyone and everyone in different fields, no? Komportable tayong we can go out of our comfort zone with almost zero adjustment, no, along the way. But process kasi yung adjustment, so it's there, pero halos hindi mo na siya nakikita kasi it's part and parcel of what we do as a research council. So that's PSERD. Well, hirap naman na tong tanong na to. Parang Miss Universe question, no? Pero siguro no, parang ang perspective ko doon dito sa UP, parang dito kasi ang parang is excellence and honor, no? Yun yung parang tema ng mga academics and what we expect from sa students dito, no? It's to do the right things, but do it also right, no? Pero sometimes sasabihin natin it's not enough, no? Kailangan din may katuturan, may pupuntahan yung excellent things that we do. And that is to say, kailangan din may impact, no? So excellence with impact, and with, of course, with honor, no? Ibig sabihin, you did things right, wala kang sinagasaang tao, wala kang bypass, walang na-compromise, no? But at the same time, meron ka ring masasabing nagkaroon ng na-engage at natulungan. Siguro nagkaroon ng impact economically because, after all, we're a research council for industry, no? But also socially. So parating nating sinasabi sa nexus natin, they become more resilient, they become more sustainable, and it becomes more inclusive. So yun siguro yung natin, yung tinitingnan natin na kahit papaano naman na-introduce natin at naisabuhay natin through that, it's making impact to our researchers to do excellent things, but also engaging our stakeholders by creating impact through engagement. Siguro parang yung pagbabalik ko sa academia, parang it's a way also to maybe sound out the good news, if I may put it at that, na meron pala organization that does these things, no? So that means it will provide me an opportunity to also perhaps be a bearer of the gospel na meron palang ganitong organization, and perhaps when I try to also engage with other organizations, be it government agencies, private sector, baka yung framing natin ng excellence and impact, ng right kinds of policies, processes, and systems for implementation, yung ating listening, yung ating engagement, I think are the ones that I will bring with me. And I think maganda namang platform ang academe kasi, you know, you will train students, you will teach them, they will do their research, no? Perhaps on the specific field that I'm in, but also perhaps also the work ethic, the systems way of thinking, the culture of innovation and integrity and excellence. Naka-embody naman doon na kahit hindi siguro similar na organization. I mean, there's only one P-Shard anyway, no? Pero I think the many important lessons that I learned there, the many important values the core values that we have tried to live up to, and the way of organizing and thinking and moving are going to be adapted or going to be taken from that experience with whomever, no, with whatever organizations that I'm going to be working with, no. Of course, parang maybe there's a P-Shard inside of them that we can share and hold, and then eventually they will also grow into their own identity and into their own sense, no, so that they could deliver the best service in line with their mandates, missions, and visions. Take pride in what you do. It's a privilege to be working for an organization like P-Shard, which really lives up to its core values, no? And you should be proud of what you do. You should also, of course, also imbibe, no, those core values. That being said, there's a certain level of responsibility that is embedded in you. Therefore, you should, if you don't still have it, learn it, no? Learn a lot from your mentors in the organization. And also, again, listen to your stakeholders, listen to your researchers and clients, because along the way, it's not so much that you become more proficient about what you do, paggamit ng PMIs, paggamit ng mga systems, paggawa ng sulat, or paggawa ng mga minutes of the meeting, review ng mga proposals and project. It's more about why do you do it, no? In the first place. So kaya tayo babalik dun sa core value nga, di ba? You have to, why do you do this? Because you want to contribute to national development. Why do you do this? Because you want to make impact, no? And why do you do this? Because you want to make sure that our clients, the researchers, are doing excellent work.